Welcome to Learn Commerce PU online classes. Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.
Hello students, welcome to first PUC Business Studies online classes. Students, in the previous class we have studied about multinational companies, right? That is global enterprise we call it as, which are established in different countries of the world. The country which starts the business in other countries of the world is called the home country, and in which the manufacturing or other units are established, those countries are called host countries. And this is the home country controls all the business, and there is decision making power and everything will be with the home country itself. So that is about global enterprises, where we want to increase our market leadership. We want to become the leaders in the globe in terms of marketing or in terms of production, isn't it? And to reduce the cost of production and to increase the profit margin. That is the main intention of forming global enterprises. Because first problem is that when you export goods or import goods, the transportation cost will be more. And if there are more number of customers in that country, it's better to establish a production unit in that country itself, so that we can meet the demands of that particular country, the people of that particular country, right? And we can save the transportation cost. We can hire the people from that area if the local people are, labor is very cheap, isn't it? So these are various reasons behind establishment of global enterprises. Now we are moving on to a new business that is form, that is called joint venture. Joint venture. What is joint venture? Very simple, friends. I will give you one analogy. When we want to write notes, especially in case of post graduation or at that level, what the students will do is they will form their own group. That is intellectual groups, isn't it? What they will do is they will share the syllabus. 2 chapters. Mr. A, you prepare the notes. Mr. B, prepare 3rd and 4th chapter, 5th and 6th, 7th and 8th. Like that, they will share all the chapters. Then all of them will individually prepare notes. Then everything will be shared. And all the people who join together, they will get the benefit. All of them will have the notes of all the 10 chapters, suppose, isn't it? So that is in the same way, in case of business, what we will do is, we will join 2 independent entities or 2 independent business firms. They join together, they contribute their capital, they contribute the human resources, they contribute, that is technology, and all other, that is facilities, they will contribute, and the profits or the benefits will be shared by both in the agreed proportion. And for this they will prepare a separate agreement, which is called joint venture agreement, joint venture agreement, JVA, joint venture agreement. So here joint venture is a form of business ownership where 2 separate or 2 independent business firms or business entities, they join together, they share the resources, that is financial resources, human resources, isn't it? Or technical resources, technological resources, isn't it? Everything will be shared by them, and together they will work for a venture or they will start a new business, and thereby they earn profit and all the benefits of the venture will be shared. So that is called joint venture. And here they will start the business by preparing an agreement that is called joint venture agreement. Like in partnership, they will start the business by entering into an agreement which is called partnership deed, isn't it, which contains all the terms and conditions of the partnership, which governs the terms of that is partnership, or which contains all the terms and conditions of the that is a business, that is called partnership deed, when it is signed by all the partners and stamped according to Indian Stamp Act and that is registered, then it is called partnership deed or articles of partnership. The other name for partnership deed is articles of partnership. Articles, ARTICLES, articles of partnership. You might have come across in partnership, right? So when they ask you what is articles of partnership means, what is partnership deed? Same question it is. Don't get confused in examination, okay? So this is an agreement in writing signed by all the partners and stamped according to Indian Stamp Act, which contains all the terms and conditions of partnership, is called partnership deed. Very simple, right? Yes. Now moving on to this part, coming to the point here, joint venture agreement is an agreement entered into between two separate independent business entities, and it contains all the terms and conditions of the joint venture. It is called joint venture agreement. So joint venture is a form of business ownership where two separate entities or business organizations, they come together, they will form an agreement and they will start business, they will contribute all the resources and will share the benefits of the venture, is called joint venture. And ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯಿತು. ಎರಡು ಇಂಡಿಪೆಂಡೆಂಟ್, isn't it? ಯಾವುದು ವ್ಯವಹಾರ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳು ಒಟ್ಟಾಗಿ ತಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿದ್ದ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬಂಡವಾಳವ ಅಥವಾ ಜನ ಬೇಕಾದ ಕಾರ್ಮಿಕರ ಅಥವಾ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿಯ ತಂತ್ರಜ್ಞಾನ ಇದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಒಟ್ಟು ಸೇರಿಸಿಕೊಂಡು ವ್ಯಾಪಾರವನ್ನು ಪ್ರಾರಂಭಿಸ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದರಿಂದ ಬಂದ ಲಾಭವನ್ನು ಹಂಚಿಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಒಂದು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಒಪ್ಪಂದವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಆ ಒಪ್ಪಂದದಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಕರಾರುಗಳನ್ನು ಹಾಕಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಕರಾರು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಏನೇನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಏನಾದರೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಎಷ್ಟು ಲಾಭ ಬಂದು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಹಂಚಿಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು, ಈ ರೀತಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ವ್ಯಾಪಾರವನ್ನು ನಡೆಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಬೇಕು, ಯಾವಾಗ ಅದನ್ನು ಮುಚ್ಚಬೇಕು, ಇದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಆ ನಿರ್ಧಾರಗಳನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೆದಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಕಟ್ಟಳೆಗಳನ್ನು ಬರೆದಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದನ್ನು ಲಿಖಿತ ಕಟ್ಟಳೆಗಳನ್ನು ಬರೆದ ಆ ಒಪ್ಪಂದವನ್ನೇ ನಾವು ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ, ಜಾಯಿಂಟ್ ವೆಂಚರ್ ಅಗ್ರಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೇವೆ. ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್? ಎಸ್. ನೌ ಲೆಟ್ us move on to how many types of joint ventures are there. Are two types of joint venture. One is contractual joint venture, second one is equity based joint venture. So types of joint venture, if you ask, there are two types. First one is contractual based joint venture or contractual joint venture, isn't it? Contractual joint venture. And second one is equity based joint venture. Equity based joint venture. Equity based joint venture, right? So joint venture, and under equity based joint venture we can see there are three types. First one is company. Second one is private public partnership, isn't it, or partnership. Then LLP. Third one is LLP, or second one is limited liability partnership. Limited liability partnership, we call it as LLP, limited liability partnership. Then the other one is limited liability partnership, and third one is partnership. Now let us take up the first one, contractual joint venture. Here under contractual joint venture there will not be any new separate, that is a joint venture or new company will not come into existence, friends. Two separate independent units, no doubt they will come to an agreement, they will form a joint venture agreement, they will start business, but for starting a business, they will not create a new entity as such. Already existing entities, they will make an agreement, they will contribute the resources and they will start the business. And benefits will be shared by them as per the agreement. But new entity will not come into picture. New entity will not get created. That is called contractual joint venture. And this venture gets started only because of the contract that is entered into between the parties. The two separate entities, they will make an agreement, they will come to a contract, isn't it, in writing, and then they will start the business without creating a separate entity. This is called contractual joint venture. Then moving on to the next one, equity based joint venture. Here new entity will come into existence. A new separate entity will come into existence. So here what happens is that equity based joint venture, there will be an agreement either to create a new entity or for one party, that is a join into ownership of an existing entity. Then ownership will be shared by the parties, isn't it? Sharing the management of the entity jointly. Responsibility regarding capital investment and everything, other things will be shared. Profit and losses also will be shared. So these will be the terms and conditions of that is a equity based joint venture, where they will contribute capital, they will contribute that is a technology, they will contribute human resources, they will share that is a management of the organization, isn't it? Everything will be shared among all the that is people who join with the venture. Then benefits, that is or losses will be shared or borne by all the parties involved in the joint venture. That is called equity based joint venture. Here what happens is that a new entity gets created. They will not start with the same that is entity which they already have. A new separate entity will be started. That is called equity based joint venture. Some examples are given in your reader, that is AVI Oil India Private Limited, and joint venture holders are Balmer Lorry and Company Limited, then Green Gas Limited and GAIL, isn't it? GAIL India Limited, that is the Gas Authority of India Limited, there is a joint venture. Then Delhi Aviation Fuel Facility Private Limited and BPCL, that is Bharat Petroleum Corporation Limited, right? So these are different that is joint ventures that are existing in India. So anyone can start a joint venture if you have independent that is entity or a business organization, and you can join with the others, isn't it? Join hands, contribute capital, technology, everything, and then share it among yourselves. That is called a joint venture. Now moving on to what are the benefits or merits of joint venture. Merits of joint venture. I'll take up here. I'll erase this. Merits of joint venture. First one is increased resources and capacity. Increased resources and capacity. Of course, when I spend my money, how much it may be limited, isn't it? If I join with my friend and both of us contribute our money, that is whatever we have, don't you think it will become a huge money rather than a single person contributing like a sole trader? isn't it? Then partnership, definitely there will be difference. Am I correct? So in the same way here, when two entities join together and when both of them when contribute, that will be huge amount, and the capacity of the that is joint venture will increase, and also there is a resource base will also increase. When both the firms they invest technology, human resources, capital, everything they invest, then there will be more capacity for the new venture. Whatever they were doing earlier, the new capacity will be more than whatever they were doing earlier, isn't it? So that is an increase in resources and capacity. So they can think of that is a small scale, that's medium scale or large scale business organization rather than sole trading or partnership, isn't it? Medium or large scale business organization can be thought of, and they can operate on large scale where they will get the benefit of economies of scale, or the volume when increased, the cost of production will come down. So that can be thought of by both the entities. Then second one is access to new markets and distribution networks. Access to new markets and distribution networks. Of course, new markets in the sense we will explore new markets. Will if suppose our firm was only doing business in Karnataka, then when we join together, when we operate on large scale, when we produce a huge quantity, then it should be sold somewhere, isn't it? So Karnataka, if we stick on to Karnataka, it is very difficult for us to sell our entire product. So we may go to some other states, or we may go to some other countries, and we will increase our sales. We will try to increase our sales by forming a strategy, isn't it? Both the firms, they will join together and they will try to increase their sales outlets, retail outlets, like that's Pi International, isn't it? It has selling units, sales units outside also, in foreign countries also, isn't it? So new markets can be explored, and distribution network, like when we have some sort of distribution network, the other company also has some distribution network. When we club together, the distribution network will increase. Am I correct? So like someone is doing a chain system of marketing, that is network marketing. Someone is directly involved in the distribution, own retail outlets, isn't it? Or maybe we are going through the wholesalers, or we are appointing some agent middleman to effect the sales, to push the sales, or we use different techniques of selling, like aggressive selling, right? So anything for that matter, when we increase these strategies of distribution, then we can think of producing on a large scale, because anyways it will be sold, market will be created. So when we have the capacity to create the market, definitely you can produce in large, huge quantity and sell it, isn't it? So that is another benefit of joint venture. Third one is access to technology. Access to technology. Of course, change is the order of the day. Nothing is permanent except change, isn't it? Every day we want change. Yesterday, if we do something, today it will be different. Today you bought one cell phone, tomorrow when your friend purchases one new cell phone, then with having more features and reduced price, then you will feel like I should have postponed my purchase decision, isn't it? It's because every day you will get that is a newer version, like 1G, 2G, 3G, 4G, 5G, isn't it? No, never know till what maybe 100G it may reach after maybe 10 or 10 to 15 years. No one knows. Like take the case of that is a good night. Initially it was like a what? That's a coil, isn't it? You have to burn it. Then the smoke emitted by that is mosquito repellent coils, isn't it? Mosquito used to run away, or they used to fall, isn't it? But later what happened? That mat has come. just put that mat and switch on, then there will be a smell which will repel the mosquitoes, isn't it? Later, the liquid form has come. You just refill is available in the market. Just buy the machine. Along with that, fix that liquid that has come. Then in that again, that is a newer version, advanced, isn't it? Good night liquid, advanced. Then more advanced plus. Don't know, never know what will come next, isn't it? Like that. So, access to technology. Technology is the order of the day. You have to introduce technology and you have to do some, that is a variation. Every day you need to invent new things, so that then only you will get, that is a good market for your product. You can sustain in the market, you can increase the market share, and you can become the market leader, isn't it? Your profit margin will increase. So this is possible because of the combination, that is a clubbing two entities together, or two independent firms, they join together when they start, that is a new venture with a new technology. Then it is possible for you to increase the production, sales, or that is increasing the profit. So this is another benefit of joint venture. Then innovation. What do you mean by innovation? Innovation means continuous improvement. Every day you have to do improvement, like soaps, isn't it? That's 10-15 years ago, whatever Lifebuoy soap you used to get, now it is not there in the market. It was like 300 gram soap, 250 gram soap, isn't it? People used to cut it into two pieces and they used to use one piece at a time, isn't it? And it was like all purpose. You can wash your clothes also. You can use it as a toilet soap also, isn't it? That was multi-purpose. Later they understood, if you give 300 gram cake, then it may cost around 70 to 80 rupees or maybe 100 rupees. And other soaps are available in the market at rupees 15, 20, 30, something like that. So definitely not possible to compete, isn't it? People will assess in terms of price, not the quality, not the quantity. Sometimes with this itself, the manufacturer sometimes cheat the consumers. What they will do is 150 gram soap, the price remains 20 rupees suppose. Next they will come out with the version that is 125 gram soap, quantity is reduced, but they will say 25 rupees, 5 rupees off. How they will write? They will write 40 rupees and they will put cross mark over that and it will be printed as 25. Whether they are giving benefit to you? You are getting fooled, friends, that's all. See, you are getting lesser quantity here, 125 grams you got, 25 grams reduced and you are paying 25 rupees. Sometimes they will say maybe 18 rupees, for they will reduce the quantity to 100 gram and they will fix the price as 18 rupees, isn't it? Now 2 rupees less. For whom less? It is less for the customer who is buying, isn't it? So here it is not beneficial to the consumer. Earlier he was getting 150 gram at 20. That means per gram it was how much? So how for 100 gram? You just calculate how much it will come, isn't it? Now it is 18, just 2 rupees reduced, but the quantity is reduced one third quantity is reduced, isn't it? So it should have been at least 6 rupees less, but it is not. They are earning by reducing the quantity and that is reducing 2 rupees here. They are earning more, company. Next what they will do, for the same 100 gram, they will keep 20. Slowly they will increase it to 22. How much they are giving? 100, not 150. This is innovation, friends. Sometimes same product will be kept in altogether different, that is colored package. So same soap, package is changed. People gets attracted towards the package, isn't it? And by seeing from outside, you will feel like quantity is more. It's very good soap, very big soap, isn't it? But When you open the wrapper, they will come to know that the same soap is filled inside the package. So this is constant. There are 4 controllable variables like product, price, place and promotion. Product, price, place and promotion, isn't it? These are within the control of the manufacturer. All these 4 elements, which are called marketing mix elements, you will study it in second year PUC. So here manufacturer can do anything with the product, isn't it? He can change the shape, size, fragrance, that is content of the product, isn't it? Price, he can fix the price at any any value, isn't it? And place, he can distribute the product at any place. Or promotion, he can use any promotional methods, maybe advertising or a window display or skywriting, isn't it? Any, or even they can use nowadays it is WhatsApp and all those things, group, isn't it? So through that also, or network marketing can also be done. So these are within the control of the manufacturer. By changing these elements, the manufacturer can control the product. But external factors like competitors' behavior, consumer behavior, like consumer enters a shop, isn't it, with full money in his or her pocket. Products are available, varieties are available, they verifies all the products, isn't it? They will spend almost 2 to 3 hours for selection and they will go out without buying anything sometimes. Have you seen? Yes. That is the order of the day, because consumer enters a shop, a prospect enters a shop with the intention of buying something. He has a desire to buy. He has purchasing power. In his pocket he has money. But he comes out and products are available in that shop. Varieties are provided, isn't it? Even after that, consumer comes out without buying anything, which is a big challenge for the salesman. What made the customer not to buy, isn't it? That is a question mark. That is a challenge for the salesman or that is a seller or a businessman. So here my point is, unless you do innovation over the product, then it is not possible for you to survive in the market. So continuous improvement or innovation is required. This is possible when 2 independent entities, they join together. Both of them will contribute their technology and altogether a new technology comes into picture. And that product can be easily sold in the market. So this is another benefit. You can share the technology and you can come out with a new technology which may increase your sales or profit. So that is another benefit of this joint venture. Then low cost of production. Low cost of production. As I already told you, the cost of production comes down only when you operate on a large scale. The economies of scale, which I told in my previous class, isn't it? Economies of scale means when you increase the volume of production, the per unit cost of production will come down, so that you can reduce the price also or you can increase the profit margin also. There are 2 options for the seller, whether to reduce the price or not. So here the cost of production will come down when you operate on a large scale by joining together. ಎರಡು ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳು ಒಟ್ಟಾಗಿ ಅವರಲ್ಲಿದ್ದ ಬಂಡವಾಳವನ್ನು ಹಾಕಿ ಅಥವಾ ಅವರಲ್ಲಿದ್ದ ಆ ತಂತ್ರಜ್ಞಾನವನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಒಟ್ಟುಗೂಡಿಸಿಕೊಂಡು ಬೃಹತ್ ಗಾತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ಉತ್ಪಾದನೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಆ ಪ್ರತಿ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಏನಿದೆ, ಆ ವಸ್ತು ಏನಿದೆ, ಆ ಉತ್ಪಾದಿಸಿದ ಸಿದ್ಧ ವಸ್ತು, ಅದರ ಖರ್ಚು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಖರ್ಚು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆದಾಗ ನಿಮಗೆ 2 ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಸಿಗ್ತದೆ. ಒಂದು, ನೀವು ಅದೇ ಬೆಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾರಿಕೊಂಡು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಲಾಭವನ್ನು ಗಳಿಸಬಹುದು, ಅಥವಾ ನೀವು ಬೆಲೆಯನ್ನು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಕಾಂಪಿಟೇಷನ್ ಅನ್ನು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ಶೇರ್ ಅನ್ನು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ಬಹುದು. 2 ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಇದೆ ಯಾರಿಗೆ? ಮ್ಯಾನುಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಚರರಿಗೆ, ಉತ್ಪಾದಕರಿಗೆ. ಸರಿಯಾ? ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸಸ್ ದ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಜಾಯಿಂಟ್ ವೆಂಚರ್. ದೆನ್ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಈಸ್ ಎಸ್ಟಾಬ್ಲಿಷ್ಡ್ ಬ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ನೇಮ್. ಎಸ್ಟಾಬ್ಲಿಷ್ಡ್ ಬ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ನೇಮ್. When you operate on a large scale and when you have a particular brand, branded products are sold in the market even if you fix the price at a higher level. ನೀವು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ರೇಟ್ ಹೇಳಿದರೂ ಕೂಡ ಬ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡೆಡ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟನ್ನು ಮಾತ್ರ ಕೆಲವರು ಪ್ರಿಫರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಆ ಬೇರೆ ನಾನ್ ಬ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡೆಡ್ ಅನ್ಬ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡೆಡ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಆ ಬ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಇಲ್ಲದ್ದು ಲೋಕಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಪ್ರಿಫರ್, ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಪ್ರಿಫರ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್. ಸೊ ಮೇಕ್ ಶ್ಯೂರ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ the branded products always will have a ready market. So when two entities join together and operate on large scale with a new brand, then definitely there will be more demand for the product, isn't it? Some brands are friendly to the customers, like Tata product, isn't it? Or even your Godrej, the Almirah. Any company manufactures Almirah, people will call that Almirah as Godrej, cupboard as Godrej, isn't it? ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀರಿ? ಗೋದ್ರೇಜ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಉಂಟು ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಅದು ಗೋದ್ರೇಜ್ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಆರಾಮ್ ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಅವರು ಮಾಡಿರ್ಬೋದು ಅದನ್ನು. ಬಟ್ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಗೋದ್ರೇಜ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ನೇಮ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಮ್ಯಾನುಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಚರರ್, ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಎ ಬ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್. ಬಟ್ customers are so loyal, that people are so loyal to that brand that they will call the cupboard itself as the Godrej, isn't it? So that is brand loyalty. So here established brand name can be taken in the market, and it will be recognized in the market. So that is because of the benefits of that is large scale, where it is possible only because of joint venture. These are the various benefits of joint venture. Now moving on to the last part is public private partnership. This is the last part of your lesson. Public private partnership, that is PPP, triple P, isn't it? Public private partnership. What is public private partnership? You can operate on public, there is a partnership, that is a combination of government and the private parties, like government departments, isn't it, or municipalities, or even that is government entities, ministries. They can join with that is private participants, private investors, and joint venture can be formed, which is called public private partnership. Public private partnership, isn't it? Maybe asked for 1 mark or 2 mark, that's all, not more than that. They may ask you to expand PPP, isn't it? Then you should be in a position to write public private partnership. So here what happens is that private entities in the context of that is infrastructure and other services mostly are done through this. And here, as there is the participation of the private enterprises, they will struggle hard, because they always try to achieve their target, isn't it? So when the government joins with the private, that is enterprises, and starts joint venture, it will succeed, because there will be sharing and caring of the entities. The private departments, that is ministries or all these things, they also will take keen interest, because the private enterprises, they will come out with new ideas, new technology, and talented people, isn't it? Committed workforce, everything will be there with the private enterprises. So this is called public private participation or public private partnership. So this is in brief about this chapter, private, public and global enterprises. Actually you will get not more than 4 marks question here. You will get only 4 marks question and 1 or 2 marks question from this chapter. They will not ask any 8 marks question from this chapter, make sure of it. Clear? Mostly they will ask from the 3 types, that is departmental undertaking, public corporation or government company. Either they will ask merits or demerits or features, nothing other than that. Or they may ask you question on joint venture, isn't it? Or on joint venture they may ask you 2 marks question, and on those 3, either of 3, 1 will be asked. So 4 marks question will be asked, but 4 marks 1 question is sure from this chapter, and 1 or 2 marks as per your blueprint. I don't know what is a new blueprint, because of COVID, how much syllabus they will reduce, I don't know, isn't it? So no one knows. Whatever it is, let us study the entire chapter and but it will be there for your exam, no doubt. If they reduce, they may reduce from the last part, not from the first, that is chapters. First 1 or 4 or 5 chapters will remain as it is, then they will do the changes, or they may eliminate some chapters, whatever it is. So take down assignment, write or mention the benefits of joint venture. Mention the benefits of joint venture. No need to explain, just mention and submit your assignment on time. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you.
Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.